Alright, we should be live now, you homos. We should be live now. We should be live now, you homos. Can you hear me? Check, check, check. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yeah, you check, check, check. You can hear me. Alright, welcome. Welcome, welcome. It's been a while since I've done one of these. I actually hate YouTube streaming. I really do. Alright, but we're live. Sons of bitches, we are live. You can see the terminal up with the trades that I'm in live. Again, like we say, because we don't hide behind TradingView, because we're not pussies in here. So we don't hide behind TradingView, because we're not pussies. So this is live trades that I'm in right now in a live account. And the reason for that is because we're not pussies. Okay, anyone who, like we always say, anyone who streams that can't show you live trades in a live account, they're pussies. Okay? That's just the bottom line. That's just the bottom line. So these are live trades that I'm in right now. Down a little bit on these trades right now, which is fine. No big deal. But live trades and live accounts. If you're new here, let me know that you're new, because I know there was going to be a couple people come in here from the stupid ass Forex Aaliyah chat room. So if you're new here, let me know so I know who's new, so I can welcome you. You can speak. You can type in the chat. No one will get pissed at you. Unless you make dumbass comments, then maybe I will. But if you're new here, let me know. There you are. What's up, dude? So I'm just doing a couple things real quick, and then we can get kind of going on the charts and look at the charts. We can do some analysis on the charts. So like I said, you'll never see indicators on my charts. You'll never see anything on my charts. I don't need them, because indicators are for homos. Anyone who trades with indicators, you might as well stop trading right now, because you suck at trading. So you'll see no indicators on my chart, which is different than most other places, because I don't trade with indicators, because I don't need them, because I'm not a pussy. Does that make sense to everybody? I'm not a pussy, so we don't do that in here. All right, so let's analyze gold a little bit. So gold, you guys can see it, and you guys can hear me, right? Let them know? Yeah, we always let them know, brother. You know that. You're new here. Well, welcome from Thailand. Congratulations. All right, let me get my Epic pen out here so we can start chatting a little bit and do a little bit of analysis on gold. All right, so gold breached that high from the other day at 1836, right around 1846, excuse me, was the high from right here, around May 20th, and right here, if you guys can see that. Let me change this up a little bit. So it broke that resistance that it tried to break for a couple times, right? Oh, son of a bitch, why isn't it let me do this? Okay, so it broke that resistance at 1849, really, and now it's pulling back to 1849. So we're going to see how it reacts around this area. But if it goes above 1849, then obviously on the 1 hour chart, which I'm on right now, there's no other resistance. So you'd have to go to a higher time frame chart to see where the next major resistance would be, and that would be around 1860, maybe. I'll get rid of the things now here. Okay, so 1860 is this area right here from around May 11th. So if it breaks through this area at 1849 pretty significantly, then you might have a move back up to 1860. So you're trading in between the range right now of 1849, where it's at right now, and 1860. So what we want to do is we want to see what the trend is, right? We always want to trade the trend. And I, like most of you know that have been followed me for a long time, I draw the trend a little bit differently. So I'm going to draw, let me get rid of all this first, and then I'm going to do it again. I draw the trend by just doing this. I'm going to draw a circle there, and then I'm going to draw a circle right here. And you're going to tell me on the 4-hour chart, is it an uptrend or is it a downtrend? Based on that left circle and the right circle, is it higher or lower? So is it an uptrend or a downtrend on that chart? Uptrend or downtrend? Oh, can you not see the one to the left? Maybe we need to do it right here. Is it an uptrend or a downtrend? Yeah, I know. I think I have to move it. Sorry about that. I moved it again. I have a curved screen, so sometimes it makes it really hard to. Okay, so it's an uptrend. You can see it from there. Is it an uptrend or a downtrend? Kind of neutral, right? Kind of neutral on the 4-hour. Would everybody agree on that? Kind of neutral, kind of in the same place, right? Does that make sense to everybody? Kind of neutral, right? Just about the same area as the left one. So I would say yeah, it's hard to say. It's like I said, it's neutral. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my daily chart. If you look at your daily chart, and we'll try and make the circle where you guys can see it. Make sure we make it so you can see it. On the daily chart, is it an uptrend or a downtrend? When we go to the daily. Yeah, the 4-hour is definitely hard to say one way or the other. But the daily, what is the daily? Daily's up, right? Now the daily's going up from here where it was. It's higher now, right? Pretty easy. The daily is an uptrend. Okay, the weekly is an uptrend. Pretty easy. I don't need to draw anything on that for you guys to know that the weekly is an uptrend. That's pretty easy. And I already know what the monthly is. I don't need to look at the monthly. So you have the monthly, you have the weekly, an uptrend, you have the daily, and an uptrend, and you have the 4-hour in a neutral. So you have 3 of the 4 higher time frame charts that are in an uptrend. Would everyone agree with that or not? Would everyone agree with that? Would everybody agree? Yes, everyone does. Okay, so if you want to trade with the trend, what are you going to look for? If you want to trade with the trend, what do you look for? Buys or sells? If you want to trade with the trend, what do you look for? What do you look for? Buys or sells if you want to trade with the trend. This is like an interactive stream. This isn't, we just listen to people who have no fucking idea what they're talking about, who should not be giving out trades in that other stupid chat room. This is interactive. I expect you guys to have answers. And that's how you become better. It's not like that dumbass chat room. You look for buys, right? So you look for dips to buy. That doesn't mean sells can't work, right? An idea. I'm actually in a sell right now, and I'm losing on it, but that's okay. I'm in a sell from 1846. My stop loss is 1856. I have long-term buys in there as well, but I'm in a sell right now, seeing if we couldn't get a little move down first. But long-term, I'm in buys because the higher time frame charts say to be in buys. But if you go to this other dumbass chat room, Forex Aaliyah, when you only look at a 5-minute chart, you're looking at market noise, right? That's what you're looking at. You're only looking at market noise. The 5-minute chart is a complete waste of time. It's just market noise. That's all it is. So, if I take this loss on this sell, that's fine. I've been doing this for 18 years for a living. So, and like we always say, anyone who tells you that Losses aren't a part of the game. You run the fuck away from them and hide as quickly as you can, because there's no system that is 100% accurate. None. It will never exist. Losses are a part of the game, and as soon as you accept that, the better trader you will become. Losses are absolutely a part of the game. You can't avoid them. You will never avoid them. So anyone who goes into chat rooms and tells you they win at 100% clip, run the hell away from them, because they're really dumb. They're really dumb. The reason I go on into those chat rooms, you guys know the old saying, right? That 80 to 90% of retail traders lose. You guys have all heard that, right? You guys have heard that, right? That 80 to 90% of retail traders lose. Do you guys believe that? I do. I believe it. Do you guys believe that 80 to 90% of retail traders lose? Hey, what's up, brother? So if the old saying that 80 to 90% of retail traders lose, then who's my best indicator? Then who's my best indicator? Wired, Jekyll, all those people in that chat room. Let's go to that other chat room just for a minute, and we'll mess around. How many people are in that other chat room right now? In the Forex Aaliyah chat room. So let's just go with your number, right? That only 10% of people are successful at trading. Let's just go to that chat room. How many people are in that chat room right now? How many people are in there? There are 127 people in there. So if only 10% of them are winning traders, then 12 of those people in there might be winning traders. So again, who's my best indicator? I know people always think I'm a mean asshole, but it's the truth. Like, I don't really care what people think. I'm here to make money. Who's my best indicator? They are, right? Because they're going to lose. Because they're losers. They're losers. They're going to lose. Because they suck. They suck at it. Well, I actually am in this account. I'm in a sell. You can see the sell I'm in right now. I'm actually losing, which again is fine. I'm in a sell right now. This bottom one right here, you can see my terminal. I'm in a sell right now, which is fine. I'm in buys long term on other accounts, but I was in a sell because I had my pattern, and that's fine. If I lose, I lose. That's okay. But yeah, I mean, 90% of the people in there are losers. So maybe 12 people in that dumbass chat are going to be winning traders. I mean, look, but and then people go in there and they just follow people that they have no business following, right? There's no way in God's green earth that you should be following a bunch of random people on a YouTube chat. There's no way, and you shouldn't believe me either. You should study what I'm telling you and then back test it and do it for yourself. But there's no way in God's green earth that you should be listening to a bunch of morons like those people. Because 90% of them are losers. Okay? So, the way I trade is really, really, really simple. And I'm not going to go over it again tonight because I just want to trade a little bit, and you guys will see some live trades I take. I don't want to do that tonight. But there's a video on my channel, and we'll just go to it here. You can go and you can see exactly how I trade. You can see there's a pattern that I trade that's 85% accurate no matter what time frame, no matter what pair, no matter what. It is 85% accurate over the long run. Now, there will be some weeks when it's a little bit more accurate, and there will be some weeks when it's a little less accurate, but I don't really want to explain it tonight. You go to this video right here that was done about 2 months ago. It's a 13-minute and 31-second video. Go to that video, and it will explain my trading completely. So Ironman Trading channel, go to that video that shows that picture of Ironman, and you will understand the pattern I trade. That's 85% accurate, no matter what time frame, no matter what pair. Crypto, stonks, it does not matter. Over the long run, you'll be right 85% of the time. Okay? So just do that. And I think you'll see that the way that I trade for 18 years for a living is pretty profitable. Now we have broke that 1849 level. We'll see if we break it by a significant amount. And so if I want to buy, I'm looking for buys on the US 30. Well, Nadia, I guess my question would be, and I'm not, and please understand that when I talk to people in here and they have that I'm not trying to pick on you unless people ask stupid questions, then I am, but you're not asking a dumb question. My question to you is, why would you buy 1849, 81? Because you're buying a top, right? You bought the top right there. Why would you buy a top? You know what I'm saying? You bought a top, and it's working out for you right now, but I guess my question would be, why would you buy a top? And I'm not trying to pick on you. This is how most traders trade. So this is a good lesson for everybody, but why are we buying tops? Why weren't you buying way down here at 1815 or 1817? It's just a question. And again, like I said, I'm not trying to get on anybody's case, but you bought a top. So what was the reasoning behind that? And it's working right now, right? And it can work sometimes, but I don't understand. I guess my question is always, when we go, and you guys hear this from me all the time, when we want to go buy a house, we don't say to our real estate agent, I really like this house, but I want to wait till it goes up 15% before I buy it. Or you don't go to your car dealer, say, I really love this car, Mr. Car Dealer, but I want to wait till it goes up 15%. Nobody does that. So in every other investing we do in our lives, we look to buy low and then we look to sell high, right? We look to buy low and we look to sell high, but then when we do this trading stuff, we look to buy high and sell low, hoping it breaks higher, hoping it breaks lower. Does that make sense? But in any other investing we do, buying houses, buying cars, we look to buy as low as possible and sell as high as possible. But then we invert that strategy when we get into the markets, right? To me, it doesn't make a lot of sense, but again, what do I know? I've only been doing this for 18 years. So, you're saying you did a sell at 1848? Is that what you're saying? Do not disturb that you did a sell? I can't give you financial advice, nor do I want to give you financial advice. Are you comfortable with your stop loss? Are you comfortable with the amount of money you would lose if it goes up? Because that's really what it's about. That's really what it's about. It's about whatever you're comfortable losing, right? If you're comfortable losing the money, then if you did your analysis, let the analysis play out, right? I'm comfortable with this loss. If I lose, I'll lose. That's fine. Well, then you probably should. I don't know. I can't give you financial advice, man. I can't do that. Nor you have to determine for yourself what is best for you. But we are breaking above. This is a 1 hour chart. Yes, I do believe we're breaking above. So what I'd like to see now is a pull back to 1849.49, right? I'd like to see a pullback to 1849.49 or in that area, and then I'd like to see my candle, my buy candle. And if you watch that video, you'll be able to understand what my buy candle is. If I give you the wrong information, man, I just don't want you to, you know what I mean? If I don't want you to be like, oh, you son of a bitch, you gave me the wrong information. You know what I mean? So I hesitate to give you advice on your own personal account. You can see what I'm doing in one of my personal accounts here. This is a live terminal with live trades in it, because unlike all other streamers, besides maybe one, I am not a pussy, and I show live trades and a live terminal when I'm in trades. I don't hide behind TradingView like all the other streamers do because they're pussies. I show you live trades in a live account because I'm not a pussy. And if you can't do that and you stream, then you're a pussy. You can call me mean, you can call me a narcissist, you can call me whatever the hell you want, I don't really care. But if you can't do that, if you can't show live trades in a live account, and you live stream on YouTube, you are a pussy. You're just, I'm glad I'm entertaining to you. I do. I'm glad that I entertain people. I'm glad that you get, and you know, it doesn't even cost you anything. You know, that's even the better part. Okay, so if we get a move, I kind of want a break a little bit more above. But if we get a break above, maybe to like 1855, and then a pullback to 1849 with rejection, I would definitely buy it again. And then my first target would be that level we talked about earlier. So if we get a break above 1849, maybe buy another $2 or $3 to 1855, and then a break, and then a pullback to 1849. My first target obviously would be that 4-hour time frame we talked about earlier at 1860. That would be my next target on a buy. We'll see if it breaks above and then pulls back to 1849. It may not. It may just go straight up, right? Wired, there's always a chance, right? There's always a chance. All we do is we trade probabilities. There's always a chance, right? So the right question, I think, would be, what are the probabilities that it pulls back to 1800? I would say that the probabilities, to me, are pretty low. I would say it's pretty low. But there's always a possibility, right? If we knew for certain what it was going to do, if we had Biff's almanac from Back to the Future, we'd all be multimillionaires, right? So we don't know for sure what it's going to do. We ask, what are the highest probabilities of what it will do? And I still think the highest probabilities, even though I'm in a sell on this account, is that it goes up. Okay? That does not mean that it can't go down. But I'm just going to let the charts tell me. I'm going to let the charts dictate what I do. Everything you need to know is in the charts, right? You don't need indicators. You don't need any of that stuff. Everything you need to know is in the candlesticks, the patterns. The patterns repeat themselves. Okay? The patterns repeat themselves time and time again. And if it's a sell pattern for me, I want to have, let's see if this candle, this would have been a perfect sell candle for me right there at the end of last week, right? Because it has a wick at the top of the body of the candle longer than the body of the candle. That is a sell pattern for me. And why is that a sell pattern for me? Those who don't know, right? Why is that a sell pattern for me if it has a wick at the top of the body of the candle longer than the body of the candle with no tail at the bottom? Why is that a sell? That circle right there, that blue candle with a wick longer than the body with no tail. Why would I want to sell that? Can anybody tell me that? Anyone who doesn't know the answer because they're not new here, because people that follow me for a long time know the answer. Why is that a sell? See, we make you guys get interactive here. Well, it's a long shadow, but it also signifies that buyers tried to push up, right, and sellers came into the market. That's a rejection candle. People call it a doji. People call it different stuff, right? Selling pressure, right? Sellers pressure. Buyers tried to push up, and sellers came into the market. Okay, does that make sense to everybody? Buyers tried to push, and sellers came into the market. That is the sell pattern for how I trade. Every time I get that signal, I would sell. Okay? Every time I get a 1-hour candle close with that signal, I would sell it. On this one, I would have sold, I'll move this red line, at 1841, and I would have made a low of, oops, that's weird. It would have made a low of, so 1832, I'd be up 90 points. Now, once I get up 40 to 50 points, my stop is always at break even. And then when I get up 60 to 80 points, my stop is at plus 20. Would I have made money on that? Yes. Okay. Would I have made money on that? Would I have made money? I would have gotten in at 1841.66, and the low was 1832. Would I have made money? The answer is yes, I would have made money. At the low, I was up 90 points or $9. See, I call it $9. If I get in a sell at 1850 and it goes to 1841, to me that's $9. People call it 90 points or 90 pips, whatever the hell you want to call it. It doesn't matter. That's not the important thing. The important thing is that sell signal would have given you 90 points. You would have made money. Right? Pretty simple, right? Not difficult, not complicated. Not difficult, not complicated. Pretty fucking simple. Okay? So if my sell signal is wick at the top of the body of the candle longer than the body of the candle, what would be my buy signal? If the sell signal is a wick at the top of the body of the candle longer than the body, with no tail at the bottom of the body, what would be my buy? What would be my buy signal? What would be my buy signal? Yeah, you call it inverted hammer, you call it whatever they want. It would be, well, I call it, if it's at the bottom of an idea, I call it a tail, right? But here's a perfect example of it right here, right? A tail longer than the body of the candle with no wick at the top. Pretty simple, right? So there's the perfect example of a buy signal. Does that make sense? Pretty simple. I'm going to circle it. I don't know if the circle is already there. Pretty simple, right? Pretty damn simple. Okay, so now listen. We already established, right, that the trend is up. So if I get a break above, I'm going to erase those. Pretty simple. If I get a break above this level, we're on the 4-hour chart right now. If I get a break above here and then a pullback to previous resistance that now comes support, and I get a buy signal with that buy candle, what would I do? What would I do? If I get a break above here at 1858 and then a pullback to that level, and then I get that buy signal, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? I want a break above and then a pullback. I would buy, right? Okay. And then my next target, if I'm looking at my 4-hour chart, where's my next major resistance? Would be this new red level that I'm drawing from around May 6th, May 7th at 1893. Does that all make sense? I don't know if that will show up, but I'm going to draw that new red level at 1893. If it breaks above 1858, there's a lot of clean traffic up into this area at 1893, right? So I want to break above and then a pullback. I don't buy as the market's going up, and I don't sell as the market's going down. I do the opposite of what most traders do, because most traders are losers and they lose. I want to buy low and I want to sell high. I don't buy tops and I don't sell bottoms. I buy as the market's retracing and I sell as the market's going up. Does that make sense? So that next level, if it breaks above this 1858 level, the next level would be that 1893. Simple. Now, that pattern, whether it's a buy pattern that I just talked about or the sell pattern, is accurate 85% of the time over the long run, right? There might be some weeks, again, that it's a little bit less. There might be some weeks where it's a little bit more. But if you know you're going to be right 85% of the time, any time frame, any pair, with just those two patterns, with just those two, would you take the trade? Would you take the trade? If you knew you were going to be right 85% of the time, would you take the trade? If you knew you were going to be right 85% of the time, do you take the trade? Yes, you do. You're a fucking robot at that point, right? You don't care. No emotions, no nothing. You're a fucking robot at that point. Okay? And if you lose, you lose. Because again, 85% of the time you're going to, 15% of the time you're going to lose. Right? No system is going to win 100% of the time. But if I can win 85% of the time, then hell yeah, I'm taking that trade. There's no emotions, no nothing. I'm taking the trade because that's what the numbers say to do. And at that point, it's just a numbers game. So I have no emotions. Like I said, I've been doing this for 18 years for a living. This is how I pay my bills. So I take the trade because that's what the pattern says to do. There should be no emotions. And if you can align it with the trend, right? So you'd be looking for buys like we said earlier. If you can align it with the trend, it's even better. But if I know I'm going to be right 85% of the time, I'm taking the damn trade. If I lose, I lose. Losses, like we say, happen. No one can avoid them. Okay? Does that make sense to everybody? Does that make sense to everybody? It's the easiest trading you will ever see in your life. That's all. That's it. That's the gist of it. You're looking for that pattern, either the buy pattern or the sell pattern. Pretty simple, right? It should never be that simple, right? Because most people say it can't be that simple. No, actually it can be. It can very well be that simple, and it should be that simple. But people in their brains can't fathom that, right? People in their brains like, there's no way in hell that it can be that simple. Yeah, there is. It absolutely can be that simple. No indicators, because indicators are for pussies as well. If you use indicators, then you're a pussy. You don't need them. I never need indicators. I've never used them, nor will I ever use them, because they're a complete waste of time. Why would I say that indicators are a waste of time? Why would I say that indicators are a waste of time? Let's just do a little drawing. Let's do a little drawing. All right. Why would I say indicators are a waste of time? Well, for one, it's a fact, but two, there's other reasons why, right? Why are indicators a waste of time? Does anybody recognize that? Does anybody recognize that? Those two lines I draw. What is that, kind of? What is that? What is that? Is that an EMA or whatever the hell those indicators are? And people are like, I can't take the trade until this crosses above that. Right? So let's say people were wanting to take a buy, but they're like, I can't do it until this pink line crosses this blue line, right? Does that make sense to everybody? Does that make sense? I can't buy until that pink line crosses the blue line. Well, in order for that pink line to cross the blue line, what has to happen? In order for that pink line to cross the blue line, what has to happen? See, we're getting interactive again. I expect you guys to actually answer the questions and actually learn, so you don't have to ask random people in random YouTube chats. In order for the pink to cross the blue, what has to happen? It has to go up, right? So you're missing the move. Exactly right. Because they're lagging indicators, right? They're lagging indicators. You're buying and you're late to the party. Okay? Because you're following stupid ass indicators that nobody cares about. Okay, and then I'll say the same thing to the Fibonacci traders. Can a Fibonacci trader tell me which Fibonacci level is the most important? The 23.6, the 32.82, the 50, the 61.8, the 78.6. There's a Fibo level every 5 pips. So which one's the most important? Which one is the most significant? And you will never ever get a Fibo trader none of them will give you the same answer. And why is that? Why can't Fibo traders who rely on Fibos tell you what the most significant level is? Why? Why can't they tell you that? One, because they don't fucking know, because they couldn't hit water if they fell out of a boat and they suck at trading. But what would be the other reason? What's the most significant one, right? There's a Fibo level every 5 pips. And so they can be like, oh, I told you, it hit off a Fibo level. Well, yeah, there's one every 5 pips. Of course it hit off one of them. But which one's the most significant one? And they will never be able to tell you. Because it's bullcrap. It's bullcrap. It's a bunch of bullshit. MACD, EMA, all of that stuff. Bullshit. Garbage. Whatever you want to call it, I don't really care. It's just crap. You don't need it. Everything you need to know is in the candlestick patterns. And that pattern that I told you, don't take my word for it. Go back test it. Go back test it. Say, you know what, damn it. I'm going to see if Clay is really accurate. I'm going to see if that pattern that you just talked about is really accurate. Go back test it on a 15-minute chart. Go back test it on a 30-minute chart. Go back test it on whatever the hell chart you want. Go back test it. You will see that over the long haul, it is 85% accurate. I don't want you to take my word for it. I'm just some schmuck on the internet, right? I don't want you to believe me. I want you to go do the research, do the back testing, and research it for yourself. Instead of listening to a bunch of morons in a YouTube chat, and that's what these people are in here. They're morons. Okay? Don't take my word for it. Go back test it. I just showed you the video, the 13-minute video that I did with the strategy that I use. But I also gave it to you right here. Just go back test it. Don't take my word for it. I don't want you to. I want you to go back test. I want you to put in the work, right? Put in the fucking work. One of the biggest issues I have with people in that chat room too is they come in there and they'll go, is it a buy or a sell? And I'll always say, well, what the fuck do your charts tell you? Look at your fucking charts. You'll never become a better trader by relying on 80 to 90% of people in those rooms that are losers, right? I mean, again, it's harsh and people don't like that I say that, but it's the truth. And we have to live in a society where truth wins. And we don't, unfortunately, live in a society where truth wins at this point. But we have to live in a society where truth prevails. And the truth of the matter is 80 to 90% of them are fucking losers. You call me harsh, you can call me whatever you want. It's the truth. Okay? All these people, there's how many people in here now? In that chat room. The Forex Elite. There's 134 people in there. Maybe 13 of them are successful. Maybe. So again, who's your best indicator? These morons. These morons are your best indicator. These morons here are your best indicator. You don't like that? Go suck a duck. I really don't give a fuck. If you don't like the way I'm talking, go kiss my ass. My straight, middle-aged, white ass. I don't care. These people are stupid. Do not pay attention to them. But in the same sentence, I'm going to say, don't listen to me either. Do the fucking homework. I just gave you the golden goose for trading. 85% accurate, no matter what. What time frame, what, anything. I just gave you the golden goose. But go back test it. That wick at the top of the body of the candle longer than the body with no tail, or the tail at the bottom. Go back test it. I guarantee you on any pair, it'll be right in the long run, 85% of the time. But that's the difference between me and all these other schmucks is I don't want you to believe me, even though I've been doing this for a long time. Go back test it. Okay, and the other thing that's different about when I do my stream is I show you live trades I'm in. I'm down $111 in this account right now. That's nothing. Nothing. I don't care. I trust my analysis and I trust my trades, and if they go against me, that's fine. But I trust my analysis, and I'm not getting out early. I have stop losses in for a reason, and if I get stopped out, that's fine. I trust my analysis. I'll go to bed tonight with these trades in, which will be shortly here in another hour or so. I'll go to bed, and these trades will stay in here, and I don't care. I really don't care. I don't give two flying shits whether I win or lose on these trades. You want to see something else? Let's just do something else, just so people can see that I'm not feeding you full of bullshit, which you should know that already, but I'll show it to you anyway, right there. What does that show you on? You guys are going to see that here in a minute. What does that say right there? What does that say right there on that pink? Oh, what does that say right there? That circle I'm going to make up there. What does that say? What does that say up there? What does that say up there? Do I need to move it down a little bit? What does it say right there? Oops, shit. What did it say right there? It's a live account. Yeah. You know why? Because I'm not a pussy. It's a live account because I'm not a pussy. I'm not going to show you guys anything that I'm not willing to be in myself because I'm not a pussy. It's a live account. We don't do demos here. We don't do other stuff. We trade live because we're not pussies. Okay? Any questions? Any questions? So I'm going to get out of here pretty quick. And if I lose on these trades, that's fine. So I will be getting out of here soon. Go hang out with the wife and kids. But are there any questions? There's a couple of if we want to just look at this real quick, there's a couple of currencies that are setting up with that pattern right now, right? This is the pound yen, and if the pound yen closed this candle right now, this 1 hour candle, would it have the pattern? Would it have the pattern? If the pound yen closed, it doesn't close for another 21 minutes, but if it closed right now with that candle the way it was, would that be the pattern? Would that tail be longer than the body of the candle with no wick at the top? Would that be the buy pattern on the GJ? If it closed like that? I don't teach people, man. Sorry. I don't teach people. That would be the buy pattern. You're exactly right. Yep. So would you take the trade, Nadia, if you knew you were going to be right 85% of the time? Yes, you would take the trade. And your stop loss would have to be at least below the low of that tail, right? So that's something I didn't cover. Your stop loss would have to be at least below the low of that tail, which is the low of that tail would be at, and I always like to have like 20 or 30 pips below that. So the low of that tail is 159.39. So you'd have to have it at least 20 to 30 below there, because I don't want it to come and hit that tail and then go back. So you'd have to have it below the low of the tail by 20 or 30 pips. But if it closes like that, you take the trade because that's what the numbers say to do. And if you lose, you lose. That's fine. It's not a big deal. I would actually have I always go 100-point stop loss to begin with, just because I want to have my trade have time to breathe a little bit more. So my stop loss, if I were taking that trade, and maybe I will, would be actually below 158.75. So it'd probably be about 158.50 or so. So it'd be about 100 points. I know people are like, oh my gosh, 100 points is a huge stop loss. It's all the same, right? If you have a 5-point stop loss and a 10-point pip take profit, it's a 1 to 2 risk reward, right? It's no different if you have a 100-point stop loss and you have a 200-point take profit. It's all still 1 to 2 risk reward. But again, people can't fathom it in their heads because they're like, oh my gosh, that just seems like a massive stop loss. Well, maybe it is, but I'm a swing trader. I'm a longer term trader. I'm not a 5-minute trader, right? I don't trade the 5-minute chart. So when you trade the 1 hour chart, you definitely are going to have deeper stop losses. It's fine. Yeah, Nadia, you had a question? My next live is random, and I don't usually do them because I hate YouTube. I hate YouTube because they're a bunch of communist censoring free speech, censoring bastards. So I usually don't like streaming on YouTube. So the answer to that question is maybe never again. I hate it, to be honest with you. I hate YouTube. I hate this fact that they censor free speech, and I think they're communist bastards. But I mean, if you want me to be completely honest, I hate it. I really don't know if he is, and I really don't care, to be honest with you. I wouldn't trust anybody in there. I don't know if he is. I don't really care. I see him chatting in there right now. I don't really care. Does he make me money? No. Is he important? No. Is he important in my life? No. Is he relevant to other people? Yes, of course he is. He's relevant to the people that he has day-to-day conversations with face-to-face, right? But he's not relevant in my life. I could give two flying fucks what Top Gun thinks. Or if he's a good trader or not, I don't give a damn. When I wake up and think of all the important people in my life, he's not one of them. My wife and kids are. People that you communicate with on a daily basis in person are. That you actually have relationships with, not on social media. That's the most fake crap in the world. So I really don't care. Do I think he's a good trader? I have no idea, and I don't give a fuck whether he is or not. I know that my system works. I know that it works 85% of the time. I'm just going to focus on my system. I could give two shits. I go in there for fun. I go in there just have some fun and make fun of people and laugh at them for being stupid. But I could give two shits whether he's successful or not. I really don't care. I know that I'm going to be right 85% of the time. Nadia, it works on any time frame. You can trade it on the 1 hour, you can trade it on the 4 hour, you can trade it on the daily, you can trade it on the monthly. I trade it on the 1 hour because I don't want to wait every 4 hours or every day. You can trade it on any time frame you want. Let's just there's a 15-minute candle close coming in right now in 1 minute. Let's change these charts to a 15-minute chart and let's see if there's anything going on. Right? And you got a 15-minute candle close coming in here. Is there going to be any 15-minute patterns on the ones we're looking at? I don't really see it. The GJ might be one, but I don't see it. But it will work on any time frame. It doesn't matter which one it is. But I would highly recommend you go and watch that 13-minute video on my YouTube that you guys saw earlier. It was about 2 months ago. It's a 13-minute and 31-minute video. Right there, it tells you everything you need to know about the strategy that I've been trading for 18 years for a living. This is how I pay my bills, people. So I don't fuck around. But that video that I did on my channel will be your best video to watch if you want to learn the ins and outs of the way I trade. That video from 2 months ago. It's 13 minutes and 31 seconds long. I would highly recommend you go watch that video. If you want to become a full-time trader, it is absolutely your job to do your homework and not rely on others, right? Go put in the work, right? Go put in the work necessary in order to become a successful trader. It's the simplest thing in the world, okay? It's easy. It's not hard. It's not complicated. If you can follow me on Instagram too. I post all of my live shit there. You can follow me on Instagram. I post all of my live shit there. Ironman Futures Trading on Instagram. I post my stuff on there. There's a hater account. Ironman Futures Trading is a scam. I love the guy to death. And I always say that until you have a hater account, you're not doing anything important. So I do have a hater account. Ironman Futures Trading is a scam. I love that guy to death. He makes me get all wet inside. But if you don't have a hater account, you're not doing anything important. So I post all of my stuff there. You can see it. Different stuff. You can follow me there. You don't have to follow me. I really don't give a shit if you do or not, to be honest. Yeah, and so just a little shameless plug too, because I do have a Signal group, and I just got through doing a 2-week free trial for people, and we made 1,700 points. So a shameless plug. I have a Signal group, but it's a paid group, and I don't apologize for that because I'm damn good at what I do, and time is the most valuable currency. So if I'm going to take time away from my family and take time away from my wife and kids, I'm going to charge for it, and I will never apologize for that. So I do have a Signal group, yes, and we did about 1,700 points last 2 weeks. We win at about an 85% rate. So if you want to get a hold of me on Instagram, Ironman Futures Trading, you can do that. Well, yeah, man. Like I said, my time's valuable to me. I'm not going to give the sauce away for free, brother. Like the Joker said in the Batman movie, right? He said, if you're good at something, never do it for free. So, and my time's valuable to me. So yeah, absolutely, I charge for it. But I can just show you guys. I mean, I can give you the proof of it right here. It's the best Signal group out there. There's not even a close second. No one makes the kind of pips we make, and I can show it to you. I'll prove it to you right now. There it is right there. Me getting rid of all the free trial people. There's the single group. There's only about 23 people in there. It's not a big group. But we made it. Oh, we'll just go to it. Fuck. We'll just go to it. We made 1,700 points, I think, last week. It is the best Signal group out there, and it's not close. Let's see this one. Let's see here. Hold on. $2 million. I'm kidding. It's not $2 million. It's $199 a month or $699 for a lifetime membership. And there's a 30-day money-back guarantee. I know people think that's expensive, and $199 a month is, it's fairly expensive, but we make more money than we know what to do with. So look at this one right here. This was the killer one last week. We sold the US 30 at 32,709 right there. USD, correct? Yeah, I'm from the US, so it's USD. We sold the US 30 at 32,709 last week, and we ended up making 1,200 points on that call. So you're going to see it on here. I keep moving my stop, and finally I think at the end I say, there it is right there. Stop loss to plus 1,200 on the US 30. And then I think we got stopped out for plus 1200 on the US 30. So we did a 2-week free trial and we kicked ass. This is the best group out there. It's not close. There is no second place. Everyone else is vying for like third place. All right, so I'm going to get out of here, guys. Like I said, if you have Instagram, you can follow me on Instagram, Ironman Futures Trading. I'll type it in the chat here too. If you want to just go to Telegram, you can get a hold of me there too. I'll type it in the chat. Then I'm going to get the hell out of here and spend time with my wife and kids and watch the Warriors Mavericks game. So there's the Telegram at Yak Steelhead. You can get a hold of me there too. But it is a paid service, and I don't apologize for that, and I never will. I never will. Because I'm damn good at what I do. Did it not show up? Did it not come into the chat? There's a 30-day money-back guarantee, and you'll also get 6 one-on-one sessions with me if you sign up for the group. It's the best group out there. So anyway, I'll let everybody get back to that moron group. I'm going to go chill. I might be back in there chatting with people, but either Telegram or I'll type in my Instagram one more time here. This is the Instagram, and then I'm going to get the hell out of here. There it is, right there. Ironman Futures Trading on IG is that one. All right, everybody got it? Thanks for coming in. I appreciate you guys coming in. Actually, you know what? Maybe I'll stay here for 9 more minutes and we'll see if we get a 1-hour candle close with the pattern that we look for. Is everyone okay with us staying here for another 9 minutes and then getting the hell out of here? I just gave it to you, I think, right? Telegram. I thought I just typed it into the chat. I thought I just typed it into the chat. Maybe I'll do it with this. Do it with this one. Okay, let me do that. I'll type it in with the other account I'm in here with right now. It's at Yak Steelhead on Telegram. I'm going to type it in right here. Maybe this will do it. Did that work? Did that work? Can you guys see it now? Or do we just need to go to Telegram? There it is right there. It showed up, I think. That's how you can get a hold of me on Telegram. All right, so we'll wait for 8 more minutes. We'll see if there's anything that shows up on an 8 minutes on the 1-hour time frame to take a trade, and then I'm going to get the hell out of here. I'll leave you guys to your devices on that other stupid stream. But we have 8 minutes till the candle closes, so we can go mess with them in that stream anyway. We can go mess with them still, right? We can go mess with them, right? We got 8 minutes till that candle closes. We don't need to really look at anything else until that candle closes. It is my personal Telegram, yes. Yes, that is my personal one. Oops, shit. That is my personal one. Correct. See, there it is. See, someone already showed up to... I should get back to this so people can't see that. I'm going to turn all this off. I'm going to turn Telegram off right now so it won't disturb us, but there's already someone that added me. There you go. See, someone was wise enough to find it. But I'm going to log out for right now so we can focus on what we're doing. Yes, it is. It is my personal. It's my personal one. Yes. It is. It's my personal. It's personal. It's personal. It's personal. there anything that I've said that you guys disagree with, or you think I'm an asshole? I mean, I am kind of an asshole. You can ask my wife. I've been married for 21 years. I'm kind of an asshole sometimes. I'm kind of an asshole sometimes. That's fine. But I'm truthful about it. What's my take profit on what? What's my take profit on which one are you talking about? It's personal. Yeah, it's personal. Oh, you know, shoot, and we forgot to do forgot to do our theme. Every time we do a live stream, we have to do this. So I apologize if you guys. We have to go to our theme song for this stream. We play it multiple times every time in the stream. So if you've never been here, you get to see it today for the first time. It's amazing. You'll all love it.
Well, I was born and raised in Scranton, PA. Lifeguard by the pools where I spent.
This is the theme song for the stream.
Who wasn't that cool? Started making trouble at the swimming pool, so I took a chain, wrapped it around my legs. They're hairier than my other legs. Not my. Black kids would touch them. Come on, man. Then I got on a train and moved to D.C. Barack Obama gave a job to me.
Yeah.
And sucked fingertips.
Yeah. Kissed a boy on the lips. That's disgusting, bro.
What are you looking at? I wrote the damn bill.
We have to play it twice, just so you
I
know.
hold the ladies tight and sniff all their hairs. First person American to fall up the stairs. Ran for president. I was a winner. Winner was me. Now I sit at my desk as a president. Not you know the thing. Come on, get your face out of here.
Perfect. All right, we gotta do it one more time.
Well, I was born in.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. This is unfortunately this is the president of the United States. I apologize to all people not in America. You deserve a better America, and we're not giving it to you because we have a moron in the White House.
Not my. Black kids would touch them. Come on, man. Then I got on a train and moved to D.C. Barack Obama gave a job to me. I shuffled around and sucked fingertips. Made a big speech, kissed a boy on the lips. What are you looking at? I wrote the damn bill. I hold the ladies tight and sniff all their hairs. First person American to fall up the stairs.
That's my favorite line. First person American to fall up the stairs. That's my favorite one.
Now I sit at my desk as a
All right. Anyway. So again, as an American, I apologize to the world. You deserve a better America, and we're not giving it to you right now because we have a moron, an absolute moron in the White House that can't even form coherent sentences. So I apologize. On behalf of all Americans, I apologize to everyone in different countries. You deserve better, and we're not giving it to you. And it's a shame to be an American right now with this moron we have in the White House. So I apologize, guys. Man, I wish we could do better for you. Because as the U.S. economy goes, so goes the world economy, right? As the U.S. economy goes, so goes the world economy. And the U.S. economy is in huge trouble right now. So I apologize to every single one of you. You deserve a better America, and you're not getting it. You deserve it, but you're not getting it. It's kind of sad how pathetic the President of the United States is. All right. So we have 2 minutes left in this candle. We'll see if this candle on the GJ, it looks like, is the only one that's potentially given us a buy or a sell. And if it does, do we take the trade? Do I take the trade? If the pattern shows up on the GJ, do I take the trade? As an Asian, I appreciate you accepting, brother. I appreciate that. Because you do. You deserve a better America, and you're not getting it. And it's a shame. He's a complete scam. Okay. So do I take the trade if I get this signal with this tail longer than the body of the candle in 2 minutes, probably about a minute? Of course you do. And you accept it, right? Because you know you're going to be right. 85% of the time you're going to lose, right? Because losses happen. You take the trade because that's what the pattern says to do. Okay, so I'm going to get this ready right now. You guys are going to see me take it in a live account. Because we ain't no FOMO homos. Spade, is it a buyer? Well, yeah, you need to watch a little bit because if the tail is longer than the body of the candle at the close of that 1 hour candle with no wick at the top, then yes, it would be. That is the buy signal. Correct. I'm going to jump in it a little bit early. There might be like 30 seconds left, but you can see I just did it. You'll see that that GJ popped up on the screen right now. I'm doing it because that's what the pattern says to do, right? Now, what I have to determine is where I want my stops. And we might place them below here, which would be 159.07. I think I'll go 158.60. Would that cover that right there too? Yeah, I think I'm going to go 158.60 on my stop loss. Well, we'll see if they're in control, right? I just know that my pattern is right 80% of the time, 85, excuse me. So I'm going to take the damn trade because that's what the pattern says to do. Then I'm going to place my stop loss at 158. Oops. 158.60. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. I trust it. I trust my analysis. I trust the pattern that I'm trading. And like I said, if I lose, I lose. I don't give two flying craps. Because I know in the long run, I'm going to be right more than I'm going to be wrong. Does that make sense to everybody? Before I go, because I'm going to get out of here. That makes sense to everybody? In the long run, I know I'm going to be right the majority of the time, 85%. So I take the trade with no emotions. And if I lose, I lose. No big deal. Does that make sense? Before I take off for the night and you guys can go back to your gold chat room, tell them what a genius I am. I'm kidding. You don't have to tell them that. And you don't have to like my stream. You don't have to do anything. I oftentimes dislike my own stream. I really don't care about YouTube subscribers. I don't care about any of that. I make money trading. In fact, I probably will dislike my own stream. I don't care. Okay, I don't do this for that. I don't do this because I want followers. I don't do this because of any of that. I do it because it's fun to make fun of people, to be honest with you. But watch that 13-minute video. Every single one of you, do your effing homework and watch that video. It will teach you a lot. See, Wired Jackal, isn't this way better than the other stream, though? I mean, be honest. It is way better, right? It is way better. Because we actually talk, right? It is way better than that shitty stream. The US 30, Jose. Jose, weren't you in the free trial? Didn't you do the free trial, Jose? Didn't you do the free trial? Didn't you do a 2-week signal free trial, Jose? I think you were a part of that, weren't you? I think I remember seeing you there, unless it's a different Jose. I'm personally, and you take this for whatever the hell it's worth, I will be selling every rally on the US 30 because I think the US 30 has a lot further to go down. So every time the US 30 rallies up, I will be selling it. You can see I'm already in a sell on the US 30 right now, and I'm down like 34 points. So I will be selling every time the US 30 rallies because I think the US economy is in a shitload of trouble. A shitload of trouble. And I think it's going to go a lot further down. I think it's going below 30,000 for sure. Go to a weekly chart. But yeah, I think the US economy, I think stocks are in huge trouble. I will be shorting and adding to shorts if I have to. If it goes against me, I will add shorts to it. But that's a long-term trade, right? That's what I'm thinking long-term. That doesn't mean I can't buy it short-term for some money, but long-term, I am doing nothing but shorting the hell out of the US 30. I think there's big, big problems, and we're not done with it. We're already up 7 pips on the GJ. See, if I was a scalping pussy like the most of these YouTube streamers, I'd take my 7 pips right now and run like a little scared schoolgirl, but I'm not. Okay? I'm not a scared little schoolgirl, so I'm not going to take my pips and run. But if most streamers would take their 7 pips and be like, oh, I need to take this out because I'm a pussy. All right, you guys all have a great night, and maybe we'll talk. Maybe we'll do this again someday. You all have a good night.